right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome everyone here to the State of Synth. My name is Dennis G.
And I'm Neon Fox.
Mr. Neon Fox, it has been one hell of a week, my friend.
I know, I heard.
It's
you
been
tell us all about that.
So, all right. Even before we start the show, I need to tell you a story. Of course, you know, we have the biggest Synthwave festival happening in April, and everyone's scrambling right now to buy their tickets and their hotel tickets and all the things that you buy when you go to these festivals and stuff. Anyway, so here's my quick story. I'll try to just make it as short as possible. I'm cheap, Jules. You know that. Most people that listen to the show know that I'm very cheap. And so what I did, I went on to cheapflights.com to try to get myself a nice, cheap flight. And as you can tell, you know the moral of the story here, right, Jules? I think you could probably figure it out.
Yeah, don't go cheap.
So, well, here's the good and the bad. The good is they didn't charge my card after like 3 days. That's the good. I got an email. It's giving me some bullshit email about saying that my CCV didn't go through properly, but I'm smart enough to know that when I'm at the checkout and I put my credit card in and I put my CCV in, it will automatically decline if they're going through a regular gateway. Not to get nerded out, but that's how the internet works and payments work. So this, basically this thing is telling me I need to contact them, all broken English, in an email. It's not even from cheapflights.com. And 1,000 red flags went off in my mind. So basically, first thing I did was I checked my bank account, and lo and behold, after 3 days, thankfully, my money was still there. So I ran to the bank, and I took all my money out of my bank, and I just shoved it under my bed. And that's where I have my money right now until I could figure this stuff out. And here we are.
Oh, boy.
But I'm just trying to get to this show, and, I don't have all the fun, so I just tried to cut a few corners, and it almost bit me on the ass. But the good news is, I still got the money. I can still buy the tickets, so I'm going to go to a more legit place. If you guys out there in the IRC land have any good information on how to get a good cheap flights without going to cheapflights.com, can you just let me know, because brother needs help.
Like I said, you know what, I just always use flights.google.com.
Yeah. I mean, you know what?
You can find pretty good deals there.
Everyone says I don't want Google and Amazon controlling my life, but you know what? I want Google and Amazon controlling my life at this point because I can't figure my own life out, Jules. Google, just tell me how to get there, when to go, how much it's going to be.
You book it through Google, and Google will make sure it's in your calendar, make sure you get reminders, make sure this, that.
I'm telling you, it is a complete mess, but it's not so bad. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been a more expensive amount of money, which actually will bring us to our top story, which we'll tell you in a little bit. But
first of all, I'm excited because later on we are going to be talking to Mecha Maiko.
Ooh! I'm so excited.
And I had the pleasure of DJing with her a couple of weeks ago. So
nice.
Yay me.
Look at you, all you Canucks doing your thing, playing music for people.
I also realized, so Mecha Maiko is on the NRW label, and we've got like two other artists in our lineup tonight on the NRW label. So it's a new retrowave kind of night.
It is. Could we be sponsored by New Retrowave? Could we get that New Retrowave money? Because
A10, yeah,
10. Call me.
And by the way, to our listeners who are tuned in right now, we are live. If you are on the nightride.fm website, of course, there's the IRC chat. Pop in and say hi. And if you're tuned into YouTube, of course, say hi. Like our friend Howells, who never, ever misses a show.
Howells is always on point. I think I should ask Howells how he buys his plane tickets, because I bet you he would steer me proper. I think they would.
Speaking of plane tickets, we got to get Distarian and Craig Packman, who are on the IRC, over to Florida in April.
I'm telling you, we just actually are in the process of planning a huge pizza party right in the middle of the festival at a really, really cool pizza joint. It's big in New York. It's kind of a chain. They have another one down in Tampa, Florida. It is going to be such a fun time. It's going to be like a little Night Ride FM reunion. Or is it a reunion if you never met up? It's called a meetup in that case, I guess, right?
Yes.
It's not a reunion because we never met.
Are we gonna get Vosto and Z?
We're working on it.
Hey.
Patreon.com/NightRideFM.
You know what? Another shout out to Danforth Broccoli Reinhold,
hey,
who also goes by the name Rex Balls.
Rex Balls, my friend. Oh. I bet you Rex can get me a good deal on a flight. He's probably got those frequent flyer miles, you know? People have that, like big boys and girls. They have frequent flyer miles, and they like use them, and they're like, I just got a brand new flight I didn't have to pay a dime for, and here I am trying to nickel and dime for a $240 flight, and I'm kicking myself just a little bit. But we move on.
Anyway, last couple of shout-outs before we kick into our first song. Weaponode has joined us in the IRC.
Nice.
And over on YouTube, Robiticus has said hi.
Very nice.
Oh, and look, it's Gaz from Honeybeard joining us in the IRC.
From Honeybeard. All the Canada people are tuning in. That's fantastic. I love it. Well, very good. I say we celebrate with a rad tune. What do you think, my friend?
Let's do it. Let's kick things off with a single from UK artist Viperdrive's latest album, Aviogen X. The album, I'm telling you, it features tons of smooth retro wave. I think there's like 11, 12 tracks on this. Some sound outrun as well. So here it is. This is Viperdrive with latest developments right here on Night Ride FM.
Imagine, if you will, sitting down to your morning coffee, turning on your home computer to read the day's newspaper. Well, it's not as far-fetched as it may seem. In fact, both local San Francisco papers are investing a lot of money to try and get a service just like that started. Science editor Steve Newman reports on one person already using the brand new system.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Viper Drive with latest developments. Cool tune, man. I dig that.
Yep.
Always like my Viper Drive.
You can head over to viperdrive.bandcamp.com. The album is called Aviagen X.
Very good. Quick shout out to Bending Grid. They want to say, what's up, G? They got some...
Yes.
Yeah, we got some titular tracks, I'm sure. Jules, I think we have a little bit of everything to please the synth fan.
Little shout out to Data Rec as well.
Data Rec, nice. Very good.
That's nice.
Well, excellent job. I tell you what, before we go ahead into our next song, we have our top story, which we're going to introduce to you tonight, I believe.
Oh, yeah, this top story.
This is not even a joke. This, could be crazily a plot from the State of Synth, but this is a real deal. The Magic Sword has fallen into the clutches of great evil. Now, I say that to make light, but to be fair, that is actually the headline off of their GoFundMe page, because they had their entire van robbed. And
that van, trailer, equipment.
I am blown away. On the morning of December 12th, Magic Sword walked out of their hotel in Seattle, Washington to find their van and trailer missing. Van and trailer, Jules. Missing, and after verifying it wasn't towed, they realized that they had their vehicle and all of their equipment, computers, cases, lights, merchandise, over 600 shirts, which is crazy. They also had their custom designed costumes, stage props, and even
that sword.
The magic sword. That
God damn.
That is crazy. I mean,
Andy got to hold that once.
Did he? He got to hold the sword?
Yes. Oh, okay, all right. But yeah, this is brutal.
It is. It's very sad news. They do have a GoFundMe page. It is not cheapflights.com. It is. We're going to drop the link in the chat. Yeah. It's GoFundMe.com/help Magic Sword replace stolen van. It's a big long thing.
You know what ticks me off? If the thieves had bothered to maybe listen to a track or two of theirs, they would have left everything well enough alone.
I mean, they would have known that they would have been in big trouble, because you don't steal from Magic Sword. I mean, come on.
Well, not only that, I mean, these guys are awesome, right? I mean, if you're gonna steal a musician's crap, just find a country artist or something.
Right.
Jeez.
Or steal from Sony. No, don't steal from anyone. Don't steal from anyone. I mean, especially a synthwave artist. And I know Magic Sword is a very well-known, established synthwave act. But you know what?
No, but they're not driving around in Ferraris.
No,
yet, so
they're driving around in vans, and they're a synthwave artist. So I mean, there it is. I mean, it's not like they're signed by a major recording label with 20 cars lined up. I mean, these are guys that are just touring around, just like all the
they're three boys from Idaho who set out to vanquish evil.
Exactly.
And
so
God damn.
It's rough. It's very rough. You can go to GoFundMe.com/ I'll give the full URL in the podcast here, /F/help -magic -sword -replace -soul and -van. So there it is.
Just look up Magic Sword on GoFundMe.
Yeah. And that's all you got to do. In fact, they have I think they got about 8,000 raised so far. So that's pretty good.
It's not bad.
I mean, it's not their goal, which is pretty much everything that they've ever recorded with.
If you've ever seen them play live, there's
lights and just everything. And
oh my God,
all the computers.
Too, with those fencing masks with the cool...
It's just absolutely insane. And... it's sad. It's very sad. But we hope that if you guys are listening, if you have a little bit extra in your pockets this holiday season, to give a little bit, because a little goes a long way. And we need to get Magic Sword back on their feet, vanquishing evil. Because, that's what Synthwave's all about. Getting people out there, helping other people for the awesomeness of being awesome, I guess.
By the way, quick shout out to Paradise over in the YouTubes.
Hey, very nice. Quick shout out.
Who said commentary? Interesting. Yes.
Once
in a while, this is a live radio station. It plays music 24/7, but once in a while they let us crazy DJs
Yes, this is
hijack the airwaves.
This is what they call the morning show. Now, your morning might differ from someone else's morning, but this is considered the morning talk show. And if you don't like it, you're more than welcome to change the channel. That's cool. We still love you anyway. Tune back in. We'll be done in 2 hours. So anyway.
By the way, shout out to Beep before we move on to our next song. Beep joined us in the IRC.
Very nice. Thanks for tuning in, Beep. All right, so let's play another song, and then I can't wait to bring our special guest on the show.
Let's do it. All right. Swedish artist Neon Nox released an incredible new album on the new retrowave label called Payback. And unfortunately, it's not on vinyl. It should, because this album from beginning to end is slamming. You're going to hear that in this next track.
It's a banger.
There are some cassettes and mini discs, though, because it's 10, right? New retrowave. There's
right.
Going to be cassettes and mini discs.
50 different variants and whatnot, because that's how 10
So here it is. From the album Payback, this track is called Crashing by Neon Nox, right here on Night Ride FM.
Crave the summer nights when you looked at me that way. Under Vegas lights, you held me, said I want you. You pull me closer, taking me further. I can't get you off my mind. What you waiting for? Come back, let's run away. 'Cause we move faster than the speed of light, and there's nothing that will slow us down. I want more when I'm with you, no stopping. We cause it crashing.
All right, once again, that was Crashing by Neon Nox. Yeah, man. I dig that album.
The album's got other vocal tracks on it, and it's got a crap ton of instrumentals as well. And yeah, I mean, it's Neon Nox. It's from Sweden, right? You can't go wrong.
You cannot go wrong. I think when they were born, they were given like a keyboard. They just gave
them and the Finns.
They're
born with guitars or something. I don't know.
Right. That's like part of, like, you get your driver's license, you get a dowry,
you get Thor's hammer, and you get a guitar.
That's it. Wonderful place. I got to get over there one of these days. But yeah.
Shout out to Lord Pigger, who joined us.
Lord Pigger! We got to have Lord Pigger on the show. In fact, we are still trying to get that show together with me and Hannah, whatever the name of our show is. Dennis and Hannah do a thing or do a quickie. I forget. We named the show like 5 different times. But we're going to have Lord Pigger on, and we're going to talk about what it's all about, being Lord of the Piggers, I guess. He's legit. He is a legit pig herder, I think, or something. You can drop it in the IRC. If you guys want to say any kind of like eccentric jobs that you have or have done or anything like that, drop it in the chat. I want to find out what you guys are all about, what makes you tick and whatnot in the chat room. So,
by the way,
jump in.
Good point, too. Our guest tonight, she's in the chat as well. She's in the nightride.fm website chat.
Nice.
So if you're going to join, first thing you type when you enter the chat is your name. You hit enter, and then, yeah, if you want to ask our guest some questions.
That's it. Our very special guest, who happens to be the one and only Mecha. I'm going to say it wrong. It's Haley, ladies and gentlemen.
Mecha Maiko.
Mecha Maiko.
Yeah.
I said it.
Mecha Maiko.
I was going to say it right. I promise. And I didn't say it because I got scared. You know
what? I'm guilty. For the first 6 months after seeing you launch your Mad But Soft album, I was walking around saying Mecha Maiko.
Yes. And maybe that's what it was. I think because we would always say your name on the show, and I mean, I would be correcting Jules. I'd be like, "Yo, Jules, you got it wrong." But in me saying that and me having a very low confidence score, I'm thinking I had the name wrong all this time. So we even confirmed your name off air because this is how scatterbrained I am. I'm thinking I'm losing my mind, Jules. With the plane tickets, I had to change my email address. I took all my money out of my bank account. It's a hot mess right now in my world that is Dennis. Anyway, we're not here to talk about me. We're talking about Mecha Maiko. And this is great. I'm so excited to have you on this show. We had you one other time. That other time was, I think, for a show for Outland that we were putting together.
Back in 2019,
right.
June. I think it was in June. We had you on with Mike Loakley.
Yes,
right.
For that beautiful, action-packed, sweaty night.
Oh, yeah.
I heard it was really hot. How hot was it over there that day?
It was 42 or 43 degrees Celsius, which I think is 200,000 in Fahrenheit.
Yes, I think that sounds about right. That's calculated correctly. Wow. I heard it was really bad. I heard people had to take breaks because it was fainting weather.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem was inside the club, it was obviously really, really hot. And when you stepped outside, it was hotter. So,
oh my God.
At night, in the evening, people are in between their acts. People are stepping outside to get some fresh air, and instead
they're going outside. They're like, nope, I'm going back in. Forget this. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, so you couldn't really find any sort of relief. You couldn't go outside. You couldn't go inside. You're just kind of screwed. At least the music was good, right? That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you had Mecha Maiko on stage, and you did a number with Dana Jean Phoenix too.
I did, and then at the very end,
yes.
I did a song with FM Attack, which was so much fun.
That's
And then he
amazing.
slept at my place, and it was great.
That's awesome.
Slept on my couch in my also very hot, tiny
You
apartment.
had FM Attack on your couch. Nice.
Now, that's the cool thing. Now, I know, obviously, you do music on your own, but you also have done so many collabs. I don't think I even wrote this down in my note sheet because I know that you've done so many vocal projects with so many different well-known. You did work with Perturbator. I can't even say his name properly. I feel like I'm doing him injustice by even saying his name.
Hey, Haley, have you ever heard of the Dead Astronauts?
Oh yeah, I've heard of them a little bit. Yeah,
Okay,
that was kind of I low-key credit James with kind of putting Dead Astronauts on the map because he somehow agreed to do a full remix EP for my old band, Dead Astronauts, which still exists and it still rocks. I'm just not in it anymore. So yeah, I kind of have a long history of saying yes to like almost everything, and I'm slowing down.
You're saying yes to the right people, though. That's.
Wow, yeah.
I mean, you're coming out with some great collabs.
when did you start saying yes? Like when did you first like put fingers on a keyboard or a laptop or what? Like when did you get started being creative?
Oh, in terms of like producing or
yeah.
No,
it was
high school. Actually, let's bring it all the way back to kindergarten when you're playing with the. I'm sorry, I just wanted to kind of take that a little further, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was in terms of posting stuff online, like my own production and sharing it with the world was in high school and like early college. And that stuff is like pretty rough, obviously. But yeah, writing songs was just something that I always did. And I was just super flattered because I had never performed at all. I was just like very much a bedroom producer. Couldn't record if anybody else was in the house. So like anytime a producer would message me and say they wanted to work with me, I was like so flattered, and I'd be like, yes, of course, yes. And now it's like I'm trying to make more time for my own projects, just because I find that I always put other people kind of first, and it's a lot harder to kind of like work on things for yourself.
Yeah,
I know that sucks, right? Putting other people first.
It is hard to say no, and I definitely understand where you're coming from. It gets to a point where you kind of have to start saying no because you just need to kind of get your thing going and kind of get your life aligned and everything like that. And I know that for me, you know, with other projects and this and that, like I fall into it as well. Like I end up saying yes to like everything, and then it's like you look at your calendar, you're like, wait a minute, I don't have any time left. And yeah, it's got to be tough. But you obviously have had built so much experience with working with all these different artists. I think it probably gave you a good leg up to when you started producing your own stuff. You just straight out of the gate just started making some amazing music, at least if we're counting like your album releases, because most people, they'll put out a single here, a single there, dribs and drabs. But as far as your actual releases, I know you have Mad But Soft was your debut, is that correct?
Yeah, that was my debut album.
And then you had your EP, which I'm going to just mangle the name. Starts with an O.
Okia.
Okia. That's
I'll
right.
do it for you so you don't have to worry about it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And then, of course, now your new album, which is just incredible. It is called Not Okay, with all caps.
That's right.
Is that stylized? I'm assuming that seems to be kind of part of the branding of that particular album, because it sounds like, you know, you're like saying, yo, it's not okay, you know. And I guess you're exclaiming. We'll get into the album chatter in a little bit, but I don't know, Jules. What do you think? You want to play a song real quick?
Yeah, let's play one of your. So we mentioned Mad But Soft, your first solo album, and I mean this album is awesome, and I've got great memories of this because the first time I got to meet some synthwave artists was with Mecha Maiko's album launch party here in Toronto. For this album.
Right, yeah.
Way back in 2018.
And this is just an amazing. This is probably one of my favorite albums of yours. You know what? I'm missing one other album that you did. It's called Let's. Am I correct?
Yes.
And
that's right.
It's not even on a note sheet. I'm just remembering because I do listen to all of your music. And the great thing I like about your music is, besides the EP, which was pretty awesome, albeit a little experimental, it's got a good beat.
Yes.
It feels good. Like your music feels good, and I know your subject matter is a little it's a little bit going. There's stuff going on under the surface with the lyrics and some of the song material, everything like that. But we'll dive into that as well. I'm going off on a tangent.
Yeah, you know what? Let's play a track from the more bubblegum.
Yes, album. This one's kind of feel goody.
Yeah, then we'll get into how you're changing up your sound, you're maturing your sound, and you're getting, you know how everyone always says, "Oh my God, like synthwave sounds all the same," and blah 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 blah, and none of these artists are taking a risk. And well, here you go. We got a perfect example right here. But anyways, back in the beginning of 2018, Mecha Maiko released her first solo album on the new Retrowave label, and here's the titular track. Everybody take a drink. Mad but Soft, right here on Night Ride FM.
All right, once again, that was Mad But Soft by Mecha Maiko. Super cool.
I was going to remind everyone that this is available on vinyl. but it might be was available on vinyl because
It's gone.
yeah, I'm looking at sold out.
They snatched it up.
There's beautiful pink. Well.
I like the branding on this album. It was really pink and furry and fun. Now, obviously, we were talking a little bit earlier about your sound, and I like the fact that you're kind of doing this. I would call it synthwave. Some people might not call it synthwave. I don't care. It's about what we see. It's very much a throwback to me, it's a throwback to like an industrial dancing techno-y kind of vibe. It feels more like an industrial or like 80s pop dance, 90s pop dance to me. But again, these are just my interpretations of the sound. But I could definitely hear your music being played on a radio in the 80s or 90s or at some rave or some club or something like that. So it keeps it light, it keeps it fun. Like I said, it's very danceable, mad but soft. Now, I didn't read too much into the lyrics, but I'm guessing, a lot of fun is in that album, right? You're writing some fun songs, right? Nothing too deep, or did you go deep? Because I know you've gone deep, especially on the new album, which we'll talk about. But let us know a little bit about your writing process when you're crafting songs, when you're putting lyrics together, and how much on the surface do you like to stay, and is there deeper meaning with some of the stuff? I'm not really sure where I'm going with this question.
No, I know what you're talking about. I feel like most dance music kind of keeps it simple, so you can kind of focus on like the beat and the melody, so you don't have to worry too much about what's being said. And I think like Mad But Soft was an album where I was kind of like for a while my Instagram profile said synth pop to quit your job too, because I had just kind of like quit my job and started freelancing. Kind of like got out of a relationship that wasn't so great, and was kind of just like really out on a limb on my own, and also left Dead Astronaut, so I was like doing a hard reset pretty much. So a lot of the lyrics, I think like the music that I like to make is pretty danceable and pretty accessible for the most part, like Okia and some weird other stuff aside. But Mad But Soft is actually like a bit of a, I want to say like anti-capitalist jammer.
Okay. Okay.
So if you listen to it, there's a lot of kind of just imagery that's being created, but the whole idea is that we're sort of like dancing through an apocalypse and trying to kind of like savor our tenderness and our humanity, if I don't want to get like too deep
like
here.
every day.
Yeah.
The world is burning, but that's okay. Everything's okay.
It's the metaphor for life anymore. But yeah, no, I mean, I didn't mean to say that it was less genuine or anything like that, or lighter. I know that's one of the things that I like about your music. For some reason, that maybe it's the stylings, like the imagery that you the album cover. But I know you definitely go into some very deep stuff, especially with your concept album, which Okia, that's what it is. Now, that was a bit of a concept album you did, right?
Yeah, it was my first sort of foray into doing something completely different. And if you want vinyl for that, I got like a whole shelf full of it.
Nice. So, we'll have to drop the link in the chat. It's amazing.
I'm basically giving them away at this point.
We should play a song. I want to play a song by, I don't know if I have any of that lined up though. I do. I might. Let me see. Okia, I do have a track. You know what, Jules? I'm going to play a track from Okia because this is actually, it's a really cool concept album, and we're just going to add one more to the lineup here because I dig this one. We want you guys out there, if you dig the sound, it's a really cool concept album. Do you want to explain a little bit more about what the album is about, or EP. It's kind of a short one, right? It's about 4 or 5 songs.
Yeah, it's sort of like a reimagined retrofuturist take of if wartime Japan or Second World War time Japan had access to kind of unprecedented technology, and it kind of blends old like samples that I found from this like record archive of music from Japan in the 1930s to late 40s, and then I just tried to make some electronic songs with that.
Very nice. And Lord Pigger is saying we are off the rails. Yes, Lord Pigger.
You know what? Quick shout out to Supa, and Ruth, and 01, Ebb and Flow over in the YouTube, and Groans 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, over in the IRC, but also Paradise over on YouTube. One for you, Haley. While we play this track, he wants to know what one of your proudest tracks you've ever done is. So, Dennis, kick off the song, and when we come back, Haley, you might have an answer.
All right, let's do it. All right, I'm going to set this one up because this is a spontaneous. We're spontaneous here today, Jules. This is Okia, the EP by Mecha Maiko, and check it out. It's really cool. I dig it. I love this EP, and we're going to drop the link in the chat if you guys want to pick it up. It's still available on vinyl, so grab yourself a copy. Here it is. And that was Okia by Mecha Maiko.
The titular track.
Titular.
Titular. I have to say it too, right?
That's right. You can say it too. Yes.
Everybody takes an extra drink.
Everyone drink. Well, very good. I dig that. And So, yeah, I dig the concept of that. I really like that. I like the concept albums that you write, and we were discussing a little bit off air, and you got a little bit of that angsty vibe going. Mm-hmm. Not with this particular EP, but of course with your new one, and apparently, to my dumb surprise, of course, your original debut album had a little bit of that as well. So it's really cool. And we were talking about artists that it reminds me of, because it's very misleading in a way, because you listen to it and you're like, this is so happy and so dancey, and you can just get lost in the rhythms and the dancing. And I will talk to my wife, and I'll talk to people I know, and they'll talk about pop music, and they're like, I don't know, I don't listen to the lyrics, I like the beat. So you have the people who like the beat, and you also have the people who are introspective and like will listen into the message, listen to the lyrics, and try to figure out what's going on in your headspace. And so they get a completely different interpretation too. So you're kind of like you're putting out very thought-provoking songs, but you're putting it out in like the funnest way, that it's just like a big open invitation to get out there and dance and party. But at the same time, like, your message is just, it's just wild. It reminds me of the band They Might Be Giants, who I was just saying, it's got the silliest songs, the silliest lyrics, and very sing-songy in a lot of their tracks. But when you go to analyze the lyrics, you're like, holy crap, this is a song about everything being horrible and how everything is terrible. And anyway.
I think there's like a really big tradition of synth pop and sort of like 80s. I don't even know what term I want to use for them, but I feel like that is very much something you hear with a lot of synth pop.
Yeah. I think you're
like,
right.
Especially Devo, like Gates of Steel is an absolute banger, and it's also like a huge, and same with Poème Électronique. Like those albums are just so critical of the world in which they live, but they're also just like really fun to listen to.
I think that's the problem. I think with me, when I listen to your music, again, to me, it's a throwback to all of those sounds. But I'll have to admit, I never listened to the lyrics of any of those.
If you've ever heard the Fixed artist Sunset Neon, he used to go by the name Blue Stolly.
Yeah.
And he's got a song, and it's such a dancey, happy, crazy banger called Never Dance Again.
Right.
Let me give you a sample of the lyrics. I saw you hold his hand and walk across the street one day. You and your lover never made it out of the way. So I guess you'll never dance again. Whoa. I guess you'll never dance again. I kind of thought you'd be quicker on your feet. Being graceful doesn't help you, baby, when you cheat. You ate the pavement after all those little games you played and met the bumper of the driver you betrayed.
That goes hard.
But you gotta hear the song. The song is amazing.
But you're like listening to it. You're like, oh man, I can really dance to this.
You're like, what? Hang on.
Oh God. Yeah. So it's the beautiful thing about music is that it can do all those things. It can get you moving, and depending on your mindset, it can kind of hit you in different ways, that when you're listening to it in a completely different mindset, you can let the actual message and the lyrics sink in. Or if you're just out there and want to go to a party, like it's great party music too. And I mix your stuff with a ton of my, actually, like almost like every other DJ set that I do, I will mix in a Mecha Maiko song, just because the beat is just like, it's just great. Phones, I mean, come on, we should play Phones too. How many songs of yours can we play? Can we just throw out all the other songs that we usually play? And
you know what? I happen to know that Haley mixes in one or two of her songs in her DJ sets too.
Yeah, well,
I was told I have to.
You got to.
Because that's what you're supposed to do. People are expecting me.
Right. Yeah.
But I always just try to play a remix. I also realized that we were supposed to, I was supposed to talk about what my most proud song thing was from the Paradise Arcade. I don't know. This is always changing. I really feel like I don't mean to be a star effer for those of you with sensitive ears. But the track
okay.
that I did with Perturbator, Sentient, was really, really fun to write and kind of come up with.
I love that
the
track.
vocals and the lyrics just based on like a really cool sort of story that James had. So it was really neat. I loved that prompt because usually like people just send me a track and they're like, yeah, go nuts.
Really?
And he kind
Nice.
of had a really cool story. And I'm not saying that is always the case. People are usually very thoughtful and will give me some idea of what to do. But yeah, it was really fun.
I dig that track. That is probably one of my favorites. You have, really honestly though, so many great tracks that you've done with so many amazing artists. That one we actually play that one a lot on the station. I hear that one all the time. And because that one's by Haley. It's Perturbator featuring Haley, and of course you have to know about your synthwave to know.
It's like that other track by Arcade High.
That's right. You've done music with Arcade.
Yeah, Phone Lines. Yeah.
Phone Lines. That's it. Phone Lines.
Oh my God, that's right. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. That was before I had come up with the old Mecha Maiko. So I guess like to answer the question about which of my own songs I'm most excited about, I as you can see, I can't even pick, but it would probably maybe be Shut It Down or I don't know, anything off the new album really.
Okay, I love that segue.
Perfect segue.
Yes, perfect segue. Let's so on your new album, Not Okay, Shut It Down is one of the tracks, and then just recently it got remixed by Makeup and Vanity Set.
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah.
When you got Makeup and Vanity Set remixing shit for you,
yeah, you're the who's who.
You've done it. You've made it.
Well, guys, I didn't want to say it, but
you don't have to say it. That's a beautiful thing. We think it.
Declare.
We think it. So, very good job. We've had actually Makeup and Vanity Set. We had them on at the very beginning of the season. It was the season kickoff.
Yes, we did.
Amazingly brilliant producer. Super awesome guy.
yes.
So
100% yes to that.
I am stoked to play it.
Let's hear it then.
Yeah,
let's
do
do
it.
it. So this track is called Shut It Down. It's the Makeup and Vanity Set remix by Mecha Maiko right here on Night Ride FM.
Big machines that gather our food. Bots that try to tell when we're rude. Is this really the plan that they made? Raising the ground that they simulate. You make me wanna shut down. Oh, you make me wanna shut down. Oh, don't think this should exist. Oh, you make me wanna shut down. Exist. No, I don't think this should exist. Oh. Silent
And that was Shut It Down, the Makeup and Vanity Set remix by Mecha Maiko. Very cool. I dig that. And
Thank you.
Once again, the original track is from the album Not Okay, which we should start talking about.
Let's talk about this new album, because this is a very cool album. I dig it. I dig all your stuff, like I said before. It shares a lot of the DNA from your previous albums, and it shares the same vibe, but I feel like you've gone a little deeper, dug a little deeper into the lyrics and everything like that. But one of the cool things that I do want to mention before we dive into the actual songs and everything like that is the Eastern melodies that I really enjoy, that you seem to weave them in and out of all of your stuff, all of your EPs, your albums, and everything like that. It's got that. And I even tried Googling the style of music. It's very Eastern melody. It's like, you always have that like dee 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 kind of vibe. But I don't know what that is. Is that like traditional?
I think you're thinking of like a particular scale, and I don't know very much music theory.
Yes.
But yeah, there's like a kind of different scale. Honestly, I didn't even realize that any of that came through in the last album.
Oh, totally. In fact, if you listen to, which I think it was one of the ones that we were gonna play. Let's see. I believe it was Not Okay, but could be wrong. But I do know that it does have. I'm telling you, you're gonna hear. When you listen to the song, as when I say you, I mean the listener, you're going to hear that Eastern little melody, and I dig that because it kind of gives it your signature. Like, to me, like that's your signature. You have like an Eastern flavor, but also like that 80s danceable sound. That it really adds so many different layers to your music. And like I said, it's not just on the surface dance pop. It's got teeth to it, which I dig. But your new album, It Is Not Okay. Do you want to give us like your early thoughts? Just your thoughts on the album and what it means to you, and how you came about writing it.
Sure. Yeah, like a big thing with this album was just feeling kind of really exasperated with the state of everything in life. It was kind of a long time coming. Like it was, the writing for it started pre-pandemic, and then it continued into the pandemic. But I just kind of felt like if I have a platform and people are listening, I might as well try to get really explicit about the things that I am not okay with. And yeah, I mean, I don't think every album I make is probably going to be like this, but just kind of taking that angsty dance pop to and like just kind of cranking the knob to 11 a little bit.
It goes to 11.
And I know Valingo, our good buddy, he wrote the liner notes for the album, which was really cool. One of the things he wrote in is that it tackles the scandalous levels of trials of the world faces today, including bogus I can't read, Jules. Including
conspiracy theories,
racism, sexism, violence, and environmental destruction. So yeah, all the things that suck in this world, you're kind of speaking out about it, and I dig that. That's actually
it's odd, because if you know Haley, she doesn't give a crap about any of that.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to mention...
I'm just ordering stuff off Amazon and like...
It's okay. Yeah,
no problem.
No, I actually heard that when you were writing this album, you lived on, I want to say a farm, but is that what it was? But you were off the grid for a while when you were writing some of this, or leading up to writing this?
Not totally off the grid, I would say, but in rural, like, Ontario, you might as well be if you're trying to get internet. In that sense.
Like Andy rural?
Yeah, I had Starlink for a while.
Oh, wow.
But
Wow.
that was after I got like stable access. Yeah, like my secret like other side of myself is very kind of feeling the panic of like the climate crisis and all this other stuff. And I think it just kind of stems from feeling out of touch with things that make us human and connected with one another and just our environment in general. So I ended up moving to this family friend's place that was on 100 acres in like this little ramshackle, super cool but super dilapidated like building.
Wow.
And it was really fun, and I had way like so much space to kind of have my own like little studio room and sing as loud as I want, because my only neighbors were like hobby farmers, so they had like donkeys and horses and
Oh, wow. That's
I was
incredible.
Blame it on the
visiting them
donkeys.
every day.
Now, what did you have to do for food? I mean, did you go to stores, or did you like grow food, or was it a hybrid kind of thing, or just
So
wondering?
I was mainly there in the winter, so it was a very short stay because it turned out that the place wasn't in good shape. Anyway, so I'm back in the city now, but when I was there, like living in that kind of area, you have to drive into town to get groceries, but I also managed to find this kind of local food delivery service. There's a lot of like food production out there, and like Amish communities. So like there was this like very small family operated business that worked with local farms. Most of them were Amish, and like would
I'm trying to think what a Canadian Amish is like. It's
Mennonite.
yeah, I guess.
Anyway, like it was basically just this local food delivery service, and I got really good at trying to time everything. So we ate a lot of local like cabbage and eggs and
Real
pasta,
food.
of course.
I dig that though. It wasn't like DoorDash or anything like that, where you can like get McDonald's to deliver at like 2 in the morning.
I wasn't that far out, so like I think I did get Uber Eats once. And there's actually really a really amazing Indian place nearby, and
Oh, cool.
I
Can't
kind
go
of
wrong
miss
with
it.
Indian.
So like I'm making it sound like I was out in the boonies, but I was like 1 foot in the boonies, 1 foot.
Yeah.
No,
in
but
the
that sounds like
suburbs.
an incredible experience. Even to remove yourself for just a small amount of time. And you know, we're not all equipped to start making fire for ourselves. Like, I don't know, Jules, I'm getting a little rusty at rubbing two sticks together.
Dude, as long as I have a lighter that's got a USB charger on it, I can do it.
There it is. But I think the fact that you did take that opportunity, I think it's something I think more people should do. I think they should get out there, just go out to a place that is remote and unplug for a little while, reset, get
I
your
know
thoughts
it's like
together.
easier said than done because there's not a lot of opportunities to rent, which we were able to do because it was a family friend who like didn't really care. He was just like, yeah, sure. But it's like totally inaccessible for so many people because it's so expensive, and then because you're so far removed from everything, it's just really pricey. And that's part of the reason why we ended up moving back is our hydro bills were insane.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it was essentially like we're living in Toronto, but having to, commute pretty crazily, which David Suzuki says like one of the best things you can do is to just like for your ecological footprint is to just live close to where you work.
Yep.
So we did that.
There's a really important question Lord Pigger wants to know. Were there pigs?
Oh, yeah. There were kuni pigs, and they were very friendly. Well, one of them was very friendly. Elsa was very friendly, and she would like follow you and come snorting like the second you approached. and would flop on her side for belly rubs.
Oh, that's great. I love a good belly rub. I mean, not me personally, but my dog does it all the time, and I have a little corgi, and that's what she does. She just walks up, and when she meets somebody for the first time, she just instantly is like, okay, I'm on my back. You may now rub my belly. And it's just a cute thing. It really is. I can't even imagine rubbing a pig's belly. That must be really fun.
It's very hairy and like
Is it?
rough.
But their personality looks great. They seem to...
They seem to love life. I mean, they're like rolling in the
Yeah.
mud, you know, they're just eating whatever they want.
Oh yeah, I love feeding them like weeds and whatever was growing.
Just slop.
around.
They're just like, this is great.
And like, I am like an avid gardener, which was, the plan was to go there and do like some pretty intensive like gardening. I would not say farming, but
like grow like small crops and stuff like that.
yeah, and I do have a vegetable garden here in Toronto.
Nice.
But yeah, I had some kale that I grew inside, and because I was using the well water for it, and it like kale, it needs a little bit of frost to taste good. So I harvest this kale, and I'm like, oh, this is gross. And I'm like, we'd like it, the pigs.
Oh yeah, and they loved it, didn't they?
Oh yeah, couldn't get enough.
Yeah, kale's something like, I feel like kale confuses me because I used to work at a place where they used to use it as garnish. Like, they're like, you're not supposed to eat the kale. And then now everyone's eating the kale, and I'm like really confused. I'm like, are we supposed to eat the kale? Or we're not supposed to? We're supposed to look at the kale. Now everyone's eating the kale. And
Don't even get me started on all the things you can eat and don't even know.
I should absolutely get you started on that subject, because I know for a fact you can eat dandelions. Like, you could just like
That's right.
put it in a bowl. You can make it into a salad and eat it.
My grandfather used to make dandelion wine.
Really?
That's why
Well, then
we
again, you can make wine out of anything.
That's true.
yeah, a lot of the weeds that you see like in the city or in kind of like spaces that have been freshly like turned up, a lot of the plants that grow are kind of like they used to be food crops that kind of fell out of favor. Like goat's beard is one. We used to use that like carrot. It has like it's also known as oyster plant, so it has like a very tasty tuber apparently. And that just looks like a giant dandelion.
Very nice.
Yeah, I actually stole some, maybe stole is not the right word. I liberated some wild asparagus from the farm and brought it and planted it here.
Sweet. All right, what are your thoughts on berries? Because I have mixed reviews and mixed opinions on berries that I find, because that's, to me, like, you can eat like a bunch of grass and stuff like that, but like when it comes to like berries, if you don't know what you're doing, I feel like you could die. But that's just me, and I'm a very naive outlook on eating nature, I guess. Although we used to eat the honeysuckles all the time. They were really good. Did you ever have honeysuckles? They're like little, so they got the little fluted type of flower, and you take the stem, you pull the stem out, and it's honey. It's got honey in them. Maybe that's like a New Jersey thing. But you put the little thing on your tongue, and it tastes just like honey, and it's delicious.
Yeah, we've got these trees, right? And if you like tap into the bark, the stuff comes out.
That's right. I heard about that.
And it's so prolific here. We have like our own maple syrup mafia.
You're making that up.
No,
Well,
seriously, go to Quebec.
Yeah. No, he's right.
The maple syrup mafia. That sounds like almost like a Canadian rap group or something like that.
We have a lot of food mafias, to be honest, but we don't have to get into that today.
All right, so.
But to answer your question about berries,
yes,
I wouldn't recommend eating autumn olive. A lot of the trees that you see, at least in Ontario, that still have like little dark berries on them. You just want to be careful that it's not. I think European buckthorn.
Is there a telltale sign? Like, is it something with the tree, or is it the shape of the berry that you don't want to mess with, or is it just you got to know your
You got to
stuff?
look at kind of all of it. Honestly, if you're going to forage for berries, you can't go wrong with anything that looks like, if you know how to identify a raspberry, like with the thorns and the little conical compound berries. Yeah, those are great. Eat those.
All right.
I'm not an expert, but I'm gonna give you this advice. So
Right.
it's
Do
up to you.
not try this. Do we need a disclaimer? Do not try this, kids at home, or do not try this at home. The opinions.
Yeah, sure.
The opinions
Unless you're
expressed
like,
on Night
just
Ride
eat a
FM.
couple and confirm. But
Do not-
raspberries, strawberries.
Yes. Eat at your own
cloudberries
discretion.
On the East Coast.
Yes. And enjoy them.
Dennis has a name for this episode now. The berry episode.
The berry episode. Yes.
I'm really sorry to everyone who just wanted to talk about music.
Oh no. Well, we get tired of that.
You know what?
It's more fun to
Speaking
talk
of
about this
music,
stuff. I tell you what, we should circle back though. Did we talk about the album enough? Go buy the album. It's great. Not okay in caps, because it's not. It's not okay. There's a lot of shit going on with social media, the environment, and all the other stuff that
everything else.
We gotta get our shit together as
At least
a world.
At least there are artists cranking out music so that the rest of us can stay sane.
Yeah. And if you're not into all that stuff, the beats are banging, so you can dance along to it, and you can not even listen to the lyrics and be like, "Hey, I'm digging this anyway." It hits you on, like I said, it hits you on any level you want to be on it. So yeah, why don't we go ahead and let's play a track from Not Okay, and it would
do it.
be the titular. The titular.
No, it's not. It's not the titular.
It's not the titular?
No.
Which one do I have lined up? Oh no, I do have
bonus.
have the other one here. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
The bonus
The
track.
problem with Mecha Maiko is when she comes on, finding just like 3 songs to play is kind of hard.
Yeah. It's
But
tough.
also, I happen to know, like Mecha Maiko, you're fighting the flu, so we don't want to keep you much longer. So we're gonna play a track. Come back. We're gonna talk about where to find you on socials and where to find your music, and then let you get back to that tea.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Okay, so
Appreciate that.
from the new album, Not Okay, which was released in September. This is the bonus track, the last one on the album, called, it's actually my favorite, Just Some Guy by Mecha Maiko, right here on Night Ride FM.
She once thought, get a grip, ego trip. Let the hot air turn to raindrops. She fell in love with photos of frowning gods on paper backdrops. Little coercions, creative diversions, dreaming of their starry gazes, beaming out from endless faces as they defy her name. She used to be just some guy. She used to be just some guy. Then one day, something changed. Legends turned to fact within her. Hissy fits for typos in press kits. Lines begin to get much thinner. Asking for favors or better flavors of the friends who helped to raise her. Now she wants them all to praise her. She used to be just some guy. She used to be just some Death's dreams come true. She floats off the ground out of reach, head in the clouds, far from the truth.
that was Just Some Guy, the bonus track from Mecha Maiko's new album, Not Okay. I dig that track. That was the bonus track. That was, I guess, the track at the end. I guess that's where bonus tracks.
Yeah.
Do they ever put a bonus
by the
track
way-
in the beginning?
Never seen that.
Well, I did release it as a single before
Well, there you
putting it
go.
on the album, but it was honestly because if you're talking about, you know, pretty lightweight in terms of their content songs, that's one of them. And I was like, you know what,
that's
this
probably
doesn't
why I
totally
like it.
fit.
I gravitate towards my little poppy stuff.
It's just some guy, you know? Just some guy.
Some guy.
Speaking of which, by the way, I gotta remind everyone, this album is available on vinyl as well. And
That's
I
right.
put the links to the new Retrowave site.
New Retrowave.
Yeah, I think
there
there's
is.
like 5 mini discs left.
Sweet.
There's also cassettes.
Mini discs are fun.
Of course there is. Vinyl, mini disc, cassette, the full new Retrowave treatment.
Yep, they go
That's
off.
right.
Does this one have
And-
variants? Color variants on the vinyls?
No.
No.
Straight
So I could get into it, but we're trying a new plant out of Canada
Oh.
for this one. But I'm sure that if it does well, I you know me, I can't do the same thing twice, so I'm sure that there will be a variant if it gets repressed. But yeah.
I like the black myself, honestly. I think it wears better because I actually play my vinyl, and I always find when I have colored vinyl,
You put a needle on your vinyl?
I do all the time.
You're crazy, dude.
I jam out constantly. I was jamming out to, what was I jamming out to the other day? I bought the new Yoda, but I mean, I bought the new Yoda, but it just arrived like last week, and I think I bought it like last May or something like that. But
you know
that's
what?
how
I just
they roll,
got
but-
shipping notifications for a bunch of NRW vinyl, so
Yeah.
finally they're moving.
They're on their way.
Hopefully this Canadian plant works out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. I actually have a test pressing that I got like 2 days ago that I have yet to listen to because I've just been so sick. But I will, I'll do it so that I can release them to the world.
Cool.
Yeah, it is so exciting.
I want a quick shout out to Paula Fryer
Hey.
over in the YouTubes, as well as JK, who's in the IRC, and Z has joined us.
Wow, Z, very nice. All right.
Overlord AI. And yeah, I think it's time
Yes.
to let Mecha Maiko go.
It's tea time.
Couple of last questions.
Yes.
Are you working on anything at the moment? Do you have any plans in the future?
I'm gonna say something that I've kind of like flirted with revealing, and hopefully they're okay with me telling everyone this. But I've been working with a really cool group called Hyperlink DreamSync, which is Phono Ghosts and Sphero.
Ooh.
And yeah, so
Ah,
super
I love
amazing
this stuff.
producers.
You have a song
and-
on his album, don't you?
That's, yeah.
Yes, I
You've
do.
you've done a collect. Yeah, I that's a great album too. If you guys haven't heard that album, it's really good. His most
Yeah.
recent one.
So,
Sorry, I didn't mean to
I've
cut
been
you off.
working with them for like the past over a year, maybe. So you can keep your eyes peeled for something to do with that.
Nice. That's very exciting. How do you pronounce it? Svaro?
Sphero.
Sphero.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of like a sparrow, but with an
Ah.
F.
With an F, yeah.
I dig it.
I
It's
di- I
got
didn't-
more
I
of a
didn't know
vapor
he was-
wavy sound for me. I
I had
dig.
no idea he was part of Hyperlink DreamSync.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have to love it if I'm working with them, but I love their catalog.
Yeah, it is good stuff. In fact, when I saw that you did a song with him, I did. I honestly, I started playing it immediately, and I really dug the whole album. It was really good. Obviously, your song I enjoyed, but the whole album as a whole was really good. And that was, I'm saying that as that's his most recent release, but he's got other releases too that are great.
Sparrow's good.
Yeah, and if you aren't familiar, before Hyperlink DreamSync was a thing, there was there's a few albums that are just Phono Ghosts and Sphero, and I think Alive in the Timeless Void is one that is kind of essential listening.
Sweet.
I'm putting links to both Hyperlink Dreamsake and Phono Ghosts. Everybody knows where to find Sphero.
Yeah.
His stuff, but I'm putting links to the others in the chats.
Go pick them.
Speaking of links, do you want to tell people where we can find?
Yeah, you're not on the Twitter no more.
Find you on the interwebs and where to find your merch and music.
Yeah. We need to find you.
So my social media habits are limited, except I'm usually on Instagram, despite my best judgment. But most of my social handles are just Mecha Maiko, all one word, MECHAMAIKO. And I'll post stuff on Facebook if I think of it. I'm also on Twitch. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a whole lot of streaming, but I'm there if you like looking at like a past stream I did like a couple years ago.
That's cool.
I don't think none of us can stream as much as Faith in the Glitch.
That's true.
I know.
That guy's a monster.
Indeed.
Yeah. I'll take lessons from him one day.
He was really, really talented, and he does stream a lot. I think he does like 2 streams, but he got picked up on. I think he's doing some producing work or some work he picked up.
He got a job with
at a studio.
NBC, something sports or something.
Yeah.
As an ingest. Somebody takes care of the ingest.
Congratulations to Faith in the Glitch. Good dude. He's still streaming at night, so you can check out his stream. And of course, you can check out all of Haley's albums, Mecha Maiko, and you can check him out on, I guess, New Retro Wave is where you can go to grab them up.
Yes, I probably should have clarified. All of my stuff isn't, not much of it is connected to my Bandcamp, but if you look for me on the New Retro Wave page, you'll find it. And I also have like a couple guest mixes on my SoundCloud, and I think that's.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'd say head over to mechamaiko.bandcamp.com because whatever albums you have there that are on New Retro Wave, you got links that jump over to them.
Sometimes I forget what I do.
Well, yeah, it's also sifting through the NRW catalog can be daunting, to say the least.
And I also have a website, which I sometimes remember to update, which is just mechamaiko.com.
There you go.
Very good.
Easy. Well, I can't thank you enough for joining us tonight, especially when you're fighting something.
Yeah, it was
was fun.
Very nice of you to come on. And yeah, it's going around. Everyone, make sure you get your, drink your tea and, limit your...
and stay away from dirty people.
Stay away from dirty people. Exactly.
Yeah, stay away from me, you guys. Come on.
But thank you so much for coming on the show, and yeah, I can't wait to give your album a few more spins, and it's great. I love it.
Yeah,
thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of fun. Highlight of my sicky day.
Aw.
Thank you. Once again, everyone, Not Okay, the new album is available on all streaming services as well as Bandcamp. As I said, go to mechamaiko.bandcamp.com. You'll find links there for vinyls and mini discs and cassettes and digitals and whatever. All of it.
Very good. Mr. Jules, why don't we go ahead and play a song? What do you think?
Let's do it. All right. This one. You brought this one up.
I did.
California artist Color Theory dropped a single called Wrath back in the beginning of November. And then UK artist Rogue VHS decided to do a very cool remix. This is Color Theory with Wrath, the Rogue VHS remix, right here on Night Ride FM.
There's something about our love that makes us tougher. Joining a jagged house, reeks of happiness, fanning the flames, twisting the time frames. Diabolical, doubling the dance, caught in the crosshairs. It's downright biblical. It's downright biblical. Getting cynical. Death is digital. Death is digital. Death is digital.
And that was Wrath, the Rogue VHS remix by Color Theory. Good stuff there.
Very cool.
I dig that a lot.
And
And
VHS is talented, so
yeah, and that was really cool talking with Haley. She
Oh,
is incredibly talented, super nice, and really, really interesting.
it was a long time coming having her on the show.
Yeah, it's been a while. We did not have her on for, I guess, 3 years. We had her on that one special, and then we
Yep.
brought her on for a full guest, and I was so pleased when she said yes. So
Awesome.
good stuff. Always nice to talk to great people like that. And of course, she has many, many great albums. Speaking of albums, Mr. Jules,
Well,
I think
let's
we
see.
have a few, very
got a
few.
Yeah, very few. I didn't get around to filling out.
Tis
full
the
list.
season to
season.
be light on albums.
Not only that, we are playing a bunch of tracks tonight.
Yeah,
I already put links to some of the new albums that dropped recently, like the Neon Knox album,
yeah.
Payback.
You guys
which
know, what's going on.
Yeah.
Let's-
And Viper Drive. We played that one at the top of the show. Aviagen X. Who else has got a new album out? Thermal Noise, which we're going to hear a little bit later
Yep.
on the Perzinth Records label.
Yeah. And
Shredder.
Shredder,
1984.
1984.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
What else? Oh, yeah. Andrew Lacent. This I was going to let you talk about this one, but
That's okay.
it still
Go
doesn't
for it.
doesn't have a hard date yet, but in the new year, in January, he's got a new album called The Lost City coming out.
Right. And I know about the Night Ride Station.
Yeah,
Not
which
Night
has
Ride
nothing to do with
Station.
us.
I said Night Train, Night Ride. I should have let you say it. Night
So
Train.
the Lonely Town EP dropping tomorrow.
Yeah, so that's very exciting. So, yeah, man, let's play some more tunes. We got more tunes in the house.
All right. Well, this one is a submission. German artist Synthbart81 has submitted a new single called Robot War featuring Till Kuntz. And you're listening to it right here on Night Ride FM.
And that was Robot War with Synth Bar 81 featuring Till Kuntz. Very good.
Kuntz.
Yeah.
I was about to say it the other way, but that would sound like
We'll go with that. Yes, indeed.
Is Mike Hunt's
Yes.
in the room?
I think something like that. And it was great. It was a great tune. You can always send your submissions to submit.nightride.fm. And if we like it, we might give it a spin. Lots and lots of submissions. We added, I think, 300 songs to the radio station just last week. So that was pretty awesome. And
was it better?
Yeah, let's keep things rolling because we got a nice flojo going right now. We want to talk about a few of the birthdays in the house because I know there's nothing better than a person who is having a birthday. I guess,
especially when they're a synthwave artist.
Especially if you're a synthwave artist or in the scene. So let's talk about that. What do we got here?
All right, let's see. Today, December 14th, a Toronto local, Spheres, is celebrating a birthday, as well as Carbon Killer.
Oh, Carbon Killer. I'd love to have Carbon Killer on this show. I don't think they do any socials. I feel like they don't do
It's been a while
anything.
since he's dropped something, so
Yeah.
we're due for some Carbon Killer.
Yeah. Always incredible stuff. December 15th, we have Brandon, and we have Josh from Iverson. And along with that, we have Vic 20. So,
Yeah. Brandon was
birthday.
the first synthwave vinyl I ever acquired.
Really?
His first album.
Look at you.
It was a groupies thing, but yay me. Let's see, December 18th, an artist named Gulf Boulevard is celebrating a birthday.
Sweet. And we have on December 22nd, we have Elevate the Sky and Midsummer X.
Aren't you and I and Karin, aren't we in Elevate the Sky's new We Are the Dreamers video?
We are. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's really cool. You can go to
YouTube. Hey, I'll find the link.
go check the video out. It's somewhere on Google. Go to the Google thing, and you'll find it. And we're in it.
I got it.
We're
We Are
in
the
that
Dreamers,
video.
featuring Mike Lockley, and it's got a who's who of synth personalities in the video.
Yeah.
All of us goofing around, singing along to Elevate the Sky's great single.
It's good stuff. All right, so we have another track. What do we got here? It is another
got it.
submission. Very nice.
Sure.
What do we got here, Mr.
Records.
Jules?
Present Records artist Thermal Noise, who hails from Guadalajara, Mexico. For those of you who don't know, Present Records is a record label based out of Mexico, so the majority of their artists are from Mexico, which is amazing. So Thermal Noise dropped a new album called Awakenings, which you can find on the Present Bandcamp page. And from the album, this is Thermal Noise with Freedom right here on Night Ride FM.
Freedom. Hey! freedom fighter. Listen up. Listen up. Hey. Freedom. Listen up.
Once again, that was Thermal Noise with Freedom.
Very cool track. The whole album is amazing.
That good
Awakenings.
Mexican synthwave for you.
From Guadalajara. I love saying that.
Guadalajara. I can't say it.
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara. I can't say it. I really can't say it. That's terrible. Jules, I know that we started the show talking about this festival here, the Neon Retro Festival, but there are other things, other shows, and other events that are going on around the world. Did you know that, Mr. Jules?
You know what? That's news to me.
Well, it happens, man. People are out and about, even around the holidays. In December, they are doing shows.
You know what? Normally, when December and the holidays approach, there are less and less live concerts, but there are a few.
Yeah. So let's talk
there's
about it.
one, which is pretty cool. Lucy Dream sent us this track last week, which featured the vocals of Frida.
Yeah.
And she's hosting a Frida and Friends VI's online stream. It's a festival in support of visually impaired folk. And it's going to feature Lucy Dreams. So that's happening on the 16th, Friday.
Oh, that's cool.
Just do a Google for VI's, Frida and Friends, and you'll find the online stream.
I dig that. Very nice.
What else? So I'm going to read one more off. On Saturday, December 17th, if you're in Amsterdam, Netherlands, Night Arcade is starting up again. And that's going to feature some OG artists like Collage, Matilvin, and, of course, DJ Devereaux 85.
There you go. Very nice. And I want to let you know about an event coming on December 22nd. We have Synthmas 22 with DJ sets by C. Castra, North Innsbruck, and Plastic Boxes, and that is in Minneapolis, USA. Plastic Boxes is pretty awesome. Yeah, I dig their stuff.
North Innsbruck's part of the Nitrowave TC crew, like our friends Paradise Arcade. And he's an amazing artist, and he's also helps to set up a lot of these amazing shows in the Twin Cities.
Absolutely.
There you go. Let's see. After the New Year, Jan 7th, Night Rider 87 over in Portland. They're going to be performing with a DJ set by Com Trues.
No
so there
kidding.
You go. Those guys are reaching heights if they're sharing the stage with Com Trues.
That is incredible. Very good. And last but not least, April 14th through the 16th, it is the place to be. If you guys did not get your plane tickets like me, or if you went to cheapflights.com, do better and get yourself a real flight and go down to Tampa, Florida to see Neon Retro Fest. It is the 14th to the 16th. It is going to be incredible. A bunch of Night Ride people are going to be down there. Jules, I'm trying to get you down there. I'm trying to get down there. I'm trying to get some cheap flights.
For most people, if you want to find out more about this show, you can head to the website neonflorida.com, find out everything about it, and then go buy your plane tickets.
Von Kaiser is headlining. Let 'em Riot. And also
83.
Yeah, that's incredible. So there's going to be more artists that are going to be dropped. I know probably today or tomorrow Grant is going to drop another artist who is going to be playing, and I'm telling you, these are going to be some amazing artists because he had some great artists for the first one, and the lineup for the second one was even better, and this one is just been simmering, Jules. It's been simmering on the pan, you know what I mean, for like 2 years. So this is going to be good. And
if folks want to find out more about synthwave events around the world, head over to nightride.fm, hit the blog website there, and just look up synthwave events. And I put the link in the chats, so I try my best to keep this updated. As I said, things slow down this time of year, but when the new year starts up, you're going to see that calendar start filling up.
Yep, that's it. All right, so we're going to play one more track here, and then we're going to do our goodbyes, and then we're going to play one more track there, and say our goodbyes, I guess.
So you know what? We're going to play another new retrowave artist. Italian
yeah, that one.
There you go. Italian artist. Orax is best known for his soundtrack sounds, and he just released a new single on the NRW label. Yeah, it's an NRW night, apparently. This is Orax with Crash, right here on Night Ride FM.
That was Crash by Oryx.
Oh, he's awesome. You know what?
Dig it.
You know what? Dysterian had a good idea. We need Orax on the show. Next season, we're going to bring him on.
Yeah, absolutely. I dig that, and we would love to have him on the show, of course. Yeah, so
By
I
the
guess...
way, shout out before we say bye-bye. Shout out to Fabled Eyes in the YouTube chat who's tuned in and listening. Thank you.
Very good. Before we go into our closing time, we want to talk about our Patreons. You can always go to patreon.com/nightrideFM. You can also go to thestateofsynth.com. There's a link at the top right-hand corner to buy us a beer. And I tell you what, I used that money just recently to fund my cheapflights.com. That did not go very well. So give us more money so we don't have to go through this shit. But no, anything you give is great, even if you don't, even if you just spread the word of the State of Synth or Night Ride FM. We love you guys. You guys are amazing, and we appreciate that.
You know what? Shout out to Zayon B, who renewed his Patreon, I think. 'Cause he's been a Patreon before. And a new one, Orekare. Orekar?
Very good. I know Xeon B has been popping in the IRC. I've been seeing him all the time now. So he has been tuning in, and that is great that he upped his renewal. You guys are amazing. You guys are keeping us afloat, literally. Like, you're keeping Night Ride FM in the air. You're helping get me in the air so I can go to this festival and drink a lot and see synthwave bands, because that's what we do. We listen to music and we
mainly it costs money to run servers that spin 24/7 synthwave, dark synth, chill synth, that kind of synth, that kind of wave, data wave. I don't know. Z's got a list. Z's got a list of all the channels he's got.
That's it. Lots of waves, lots of stuff, and we thank you. Special shout out to Craig Packman, who just is a loyal listener, amazingly awesome, and always there pumping up our egos, because our egos aren't that
Speaking
big.
of the Elevate the Sky music video, Craig Packman was in it as well.
That's right.
So
he was. Very good.
Also, I want to do a shout out to Retro Hit Radio down in New Zealand, who is also running a 24/7 synthwave radio. You can find them on retrohitradio.co.nz. And they rebroadcast our shows. So, hey, thank you.
You guys are awesome. And thank you so much. My dog is humping my arm, which means it is time for Doggy Pee Time. And before we do that, we're going to go ahead and play our last track. We want to thank you for listening once again. And Jules, you want to go ahead and set this last track up
I also want to give a big thanks once again to our guest, Mecha Maiko, all the way from Toronto.
Yeah.
Like down the street from me. Thank you for joining us.
Incredible.
We're going to play you all out and wake you up with a track from French artist Shredder 1984's latest album, Doomsday Chronicles. He released the titular track, Have a Drink, 4 years ago, and decided to make an album in the same vein as that song. So from the new album, this track is called Ordered from Chaos. It's going to wake you all up by Shredder 1984. From all of us at Night Ride FM, have a great night.
And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.